60 Minutes Overtime.
This week on 60 Minutes, we reported on the mysterious disappearance of great white sharks from the coastal waters around Cape Town, South Africa. Scientists and conservationists, they can't seem to agree on who or what is the real culprit. But they all agree that the great whites that once cruised these waters are now gone. About 10 years ago, these feared predators thrived, hunting tens of thousands of seals near a stretch of rock called Seal Island. With a little bit of luck, you could catch a glimpse of these majestic predators flying out of the water.
Whoa! That was unbelievable!
Chris Fallows, a photographer and a naturalist, used to see 250 to 300 different great white sharks a year. The images he took back then are amongst the most breathtaking of the natural world.
It really did give me an incredible career working with those animals.
Fallows spoke with us from his home in Cape Town about his renewed sense of purpose after the great white's disappearance and shared the stories behind his remarkable images of wildlife from around the world.
You have photographs in life that you dream of, and in 2001 I took what even to today is probably the photograph I'll always be remembered for. And yeah, I'll never forget it. This huge 1,200 kilogram great white shark came blasting out of the water like a Polaris missile, straight up, mouth wide open. And it was in the days of film. So I waited the whole weekend not knowing whether it was going to be sharp or whatever the case would be. As I walked into the lab, everybody was clapping and I thought, wow, wonderful, I must have nailed it. It was everything and more that I could ever have hoped for, and it was a photograph that changed my life, and it gave me a fantastic start with my photography.
Wow.
So I'm incredibly privileged to have an amazing partner in my incredible wife, Monique. To have somebody who understands those animals' behavior, making what I do a little bit safer, but also best allows me to be in the right position to take a great shot. The animals in the natural world are, for me, my greatest inspiration. My greatest textbook has actually been my eyes and seeing the different things we learn from animals. One of the most important educators and teachers for me was the great white shark, an animal that many people fear, but I learned to love over the years. When we lost the great white sharks at Seal Island, it affected me very deeply, but it was also a catalyst to doing what I do today. I've had super predators or elephants incredibly close to me, having to push great white sharks away. But I can truly say that I've never felt that the animals openly acting aggressively towards me. It's the tolerance of those animals to allow me in their space. One of the projects that was a little bit more hair-raising than most is diving with mako sharks at night. And I'm usually in the water on my own. And you have the fastest predator in the ocean, coming pretty close to you.
Got a herd of elephants crossing the dry lakes.
Sadly, we've got very few elephants with huge ivory left. One of the places to see them is Amboseli National Park in Kenya. And on this particular occasion, this incredible female with these huge, almost scimitar-like tusks leading a herd. And I was very lucky to be in the right position at the right time from a very low angle, very close to her. This incredible matriarch that has defied all the odds against her, defied the poacher's snare, the hunter's gun, and has somehow managed to keep her herd both safe and sustained with food and water. So Tanzania for me is a very, very special location. I go to an area in the eastern central part of the Serengeti. The subject I'm looking for there are cheetah. And we get a very special permit that allows us on occasion to get out of a vehicle so I can get very low and shoot the cheetah moving through these beautiful even fields of grass. So Monique's taking us to around about 100 whales on the surface here. Humpback whales have made an incredible rebound for a very simple reason. We've stopped killing them. Since the late 1960s, their population that was reduced to just a couple of thousand animals has come back to several 100,000 animals. So we now see groups of 150 or 200 together. To have 150 or 200 whales all around the boat is truly incredible. You smell them, you see them, you hear them, you feel the whale breath on you. And most importantly, they touch you very deeply inside. Okay. I have an abundance of opportunities to take photographs of them. I try and capture these incredible foils coming out of the water. I think the humpback whale should give us hope. I think they should give us a tremendous sense of understanding what enlightened governance does. I think it's a celebration of our understanding or growth of understanding that they too have a right to be on this planet just like we do.
Chris and his wife Monique have used the profits from the sales of Chris's photographs to finance conservation efforts, including their own. In 2017, Fallows and his wife purchased 61 acres in Cape Infanta on South Africa's south coast for habitat restoration. They're now in the process of purchasing a 26,500-acre property in Namibia to help increase the scale of wildlife corridors in the area.
What I have learned is that all life depends on another form of life, whether it's with great white sharks, elephants, lions, penguins. They all have their own little families and ecosystems in which they live, and treat them with respect.